Hello, kindergarten parents, and welcome to my first virtual back to school night. And for you, it's your first back to school night. So I'm going to try to do things similarly to how I would do it in person if you were here with me. We're going to go over specific things today. Sorry. We're going to first learn a little bit about me, and then we're going to go over how we teach citizenship in kindergarten. We're going to go over the curriculum, homework, and then other important information. So about me, grew up in New Jersey. When I said I wanted to be a teacher when I was 5 years old, and I never went off course except for in 7th grade, I wanted to be a fashion designer. And then I quickly went back to teacher. I was the kid who would come home and erase my papers and have my brother and sister do my kindergarten activities. And so I wanted to be a teacher pretty much my whole life. And my dad said, "You're going to go to the College of New Jersey," Trenton State it was at the time. And so I went there and graduated a long time ago, but I'm only 25. So I have a husband and 4 furry kids who are here in their Disney eyes picture, Milo, Lucy, Charlie, and Sophie. And you'll hear your kids talk a lot about my dogs because I use them a lot to connect with the kids and while I'm teaching. I've been at Antrim for 18 years now. And before that, I was in a charter school in Trenton for a year. And I also worked 2 years at a private preschool where I was able to choose the curriculum. And I had 14 kids in preschool, and I transitioned with them into kindergarten. But I've been in grades pre-K through 5 across the board. My goals in kindergarten are pretty simple. I want to provide a safe, positive, and nurturing learning environment for your child. I want your child to love school, and I want them to reach their highest potential. So that doesn't look the same for every student, but they will all reach their highest potential in this class, and they will feel safe and loved and hopefully love school going forward. So we work a lot on how to interact with each other, with the teacher-student relationship, and then the students with each other. And part of that is the bucket filling system. I plan on getting to this tomorrow. So your child may not know as of tomorrow what this means. But basically, when we say hurtful things to each other, when we do things that we know aren't right, we are dipping our bucket, we're dipping others' buckets, and everybody has this imaginary bucket inside. And we try to have them picture it dipping over and pouring out. And instead of dipping each other's bucket, we want to fill each other's buckets. And it has a cute little song that goes with it, which I will not sing to you right now. But it's a really good way. And you'll hear them. Once we start getting into this, you'll hear them say, "Mom, you're dipping my bucket." And so if you want to know what that means, it means that, you're doing something that's hurting them inside or that's making them feel bad, and they're letting you know. I also do a clip system, and my clip system is everybody starts with a green clip this year. It's usually on their name tag, but we don't have name tags this year, so it's on their sneeze guard. And basically, this is for me. It tells me that they're having a great day and they're doing well. If I have to give them reminders, and I'm pretty generous with the reminders and warnings, but after a while, if they're still not following directions, if they're getting out of their seat, if they're not keeping their distance, if they're not wearing, the mask thing, I think I'm going to leave out of this part. But basically, if they're not following the rules of the classroom, and I've warned them a number of times, they then move to yellow. And yellow, you will not know about yellow unless they tell you. Yellow means that exactly what I said, but it just means that they're going to miss a little bit of our fun time. So in the past, that's been playtime. Going forward this year, it's going to be maybe brain breaks or something to that effect. I haven't really figured that out yet, but they know that they don't want to be on yellow. And that's the important thing right now. If this continues and I have to warn some more and we're just having a really rough day, they could possibly move to red. And nobody wants red. It's a phone call home to mom and dad. It's poor choices more than, a couple times, and they miss their playtime, they miss their fun time. They do not get, one of the big things in here is they earn a honey pot every day they're in school. And that just goes along with my theme this year, the Pooh theme. But the honey pots equate to prizes at the end of the week. So I think I just lost my video for a minute. So basically they want 5 honey pots a week, 1 a day. And that way they trade those 5 in for a prize every week. So if they get a red clip or a yellow clip, they do not get their honey pot for the day. So they would have to wait for their prize during the next week. Okay. These are our rules, and they're pretty simple. We listen, we all belong, we laugh, we learn, we show respect, we are a team, and we don't give up. We like to keep it all positive, and those are our classroom rules, and they're posted in our classroom. We cover the following subjects in kindergarten: reading and phonics, writing, math, science and social studies, music, art, physical education, media, STEAM, Spanish, and then we also do health and safety as part of our curriculum. STEAM, if you don't know, is science, technology, engineering, art, and math. Reading, we use the Houghton Mifflin series, and it's called Journeys. And there are a number of components of this program: guided reading, shared reading, read alouds, independent reading, reading center activities. We can still do the reading center activities this year. We just can't do them in close groups. So we're going to adjust this a little bit, but they will still have the opportunity to do reading centers. We also use a program called Foundations. We started this program in kindergarten last year, and now it's in grades K 1 and 2. Awesome program. Teaches them their letters, their sounds. It teaches them sight words. It teaches them all kinds of things. And it's an excellent program. I really enjoyed utilizing it last year, and I look forward to using it again this year. A big part of Foundations, I'm going to grab her, Echo the owl, and her baby Echo. And Echo is a mama owl, and she's really good at hearing. So she wants to hear them echo the letter, picture, sound combinations. So if you hear about Echo, there she is, and baby Echo is right in there. And we use them during Foundations every day. Oral language is huge in kindergarten. We start off by telling stories orally. Tell me a story about whatever you want to talk about. And they tell me their story. Make sure it has a beginning, a middle, and an end. And we start off by telling each other oral stories. We then move on to writing stories. And they will leave kindergarten writing 3-sentence stories at least. We use a program called Writer's Workshop, and the students are able to choose what they write about, which has made a big difference because they don't dread writing time. They look forward to it. And today you got home a folder that you're to decorate with pictures of things they love. And that's for Writer's Workshop. So that if they're stuck and they can't think of something to write about, that they can refer to that folder and choose something off of there to write about. In math, we use big ideas. We study all of the numbers up to 100. We will count by 2s to 100, 5s, 10s, and by 1s. We add, we subtract, we do patterns, shapes, and ordinal numbers: 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, those numbers. In science and social studies, we are going to study life, earth, and physical science. We do forces in motion, living things, and weather and climate, focusing on sunlight especially. The weather and climate is incorporated into the curriculum right off the bat. We do weather and climate every single day in kindergarten. And of course, I just realized that we didn't do our calendar today. Well, we did a lot of other things, so that's okay. But we incorporate the weather. The kids tell me what it's like outside. We sing a weather song. We also talk about a lot of holidays and important people in history, jobs, families, citizenship. That's the social studies part. All of those things make up our social studies program. Homework is going to be minimal in kindergarten. It's going to be one thing a night, The main purpose is to teach them how to be responsible. This is what you have to do every night. You have to put it back in your blue folder. You have to turn your blue folder in, and then Mrs. Douglas checks it and gives it back to you. So that's really the purpose of homework in kindergarten. Please make sure that they complete the work. And if they really have trouble with the homework, or if they struggled, if they didn't understand, write us a quick note so we know to go over that with them the next day. There will be no homework on the weekends and no homework over vacations. And please do homework in pencil. A couple times this week or last week, we had some homework come back with marker and crayon, and I want to try to break that habit. So please have them do their homework in pencil. If you need extra big pencils, I am more than happy to send a few home. I have plenty in here. Food. When they have their afternoon snack, it should be healthy and light, and please separate it from their lunch. A Ziploc labeled snack is the best bet. If you don't use Ziplocs, paper bags work too. Lunch. We never share food in kindergarten, but especially this year, they may purchase lunch ahead of time. And currently, birthday treats, food treats are not allowed. So we'll celebrate their birthday. Don't worry. We'll make a big deal of it, but no birthday treats are allowed this time. Okay. Label everything. Things disappear every day. Things get put in the wrong cubbies, in the wrong book bins. So please make sure that you label everything that you send in, especially clothing. Help your child become independent. So that means letting them do things that you typically would do for them. I, from day one, start out, I think you can do this. Go ahead and do this. You hang this up. And of course, if they struggle, we're here to help them. But having them become independent is a huge part of kindergarten, and they're going to need it going into first grade. Dress appropriately. That means if it's really cold outside, make sure that, they have clothing that's appropriate when they go out for recess and for gym. Send in a sweater or sweatshirt with them. The classroom does get cold on occasion from the air conditioning, and so they should just have something available to them should they get cold. Field trips are on hold right now. Parties are on hold for right now. We will have a student of the week, and in the past, we've had family members come in and read stories to the class. So what I'm suggesting for this year is that when your student is named Student of the Week, and you'll know, I'll send you a personal message, the bulletin board behind me, oh geez, sorry. Okay, that one right behind me, right there. We'll have all of the things about them on it and a picture of them. And then I'm asking that you have that family member that would have come into class, have them record themselves reading a book to us, and we'll play it for the kids in the class. And that will be almost as good as having them here in person. Last thing is, please leave toys at home. A lot of students are coming in with toys, and in the morning when they're unpacking, they're putting all the toys on their table, and we're telling them to put them away. So it's just easier if they just leave their toys at home. For my virtual learners this year, parents, you and I are going to have a lot of interaction, and we're going to be working together to keep your kids on track and get them where they need to be. And I so appreciate all that you've done so far to make this an easier transition for me. But we have to work together and just keep in communication with me. Let me know if something's not working, if I need to change something, and I will do my best to make it work for everybody. I have some pictures of our classroom. I stuck with the same theme as last year, which is the first time I've ever done that, but I figured half the year no one saw it. So, and Winnie the Pooh is nice and colorful. So I look forward to an awesome year. I already am really getting to know your kids, and they're really great. And we've been bonding. I've been making them laugh. Today we went on a mask break and we walked around the trees, and I led them through. I was the leader, and I went through a couple trees and then through a couple poles and trees, and they were laughing. And I told them to stop following me or I was going to get the police. And then the police came around the corner. I think a couple of them were freaked out, but we've been really connecting, and we took our sneeze guards down during instructional time today, and that made a huge difference. So we will get there, and we will have a great year. And thank you so much for everything that you're doing, and keep in touch with me. I am going to send you tonight in Seesaw a link to our class. I didn't want to put it on here because it's kind of private. our class photo album where I put all the pictures that I take in class, which is a ton. And you're able to download any of those pictures onto your computer. And I'll also put a link to my Twitter because I do tweet on a pretty regular basis. And you'll want to see what's happening in our class. So you can follow us on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter, I should say. Thank you. Have a great night. And it's going to be a great year.